because they can't get to any food. This bloke's probably strong enough to fly, aren't you? How about if I lift you over the rail and put you up in the wind? You might take off and you'll be able to feed. Eh? Huh? I'll get round behind you to do that. Yeah, and just come up here and try a flight into the wind, okay? You ready for this? Go. No worries. Yeah, he'll probably be able to fly around now until he can find some of his mates and then feed again and get himself back on the track to restoration. If we'd left him here, he just would have sat there in the sun and not realised he could fly over the edge here and just dried up and died. Like this poor little tern's going to do, I think. You want to try that adventure? At least he can come back and perch and maybe take off again. See how you go. No. Anyway, he'll probably sort himself out in time. Not much you can do about life and death out here. This is the freezer room of the Japanese longliner. The temperature in here when this ship was a going concern was something like -45 degrees centigrade. This is where they kept all the yellowfin tuna and the various marlin species that they caught on their 50-mile long lines. About 12 of these ships work the Australian coast now. They fish under the terms of an agreement with the Australian government in the AFZ, the Australian Fishing Zone, the 200-mile limit. And they operate right down the coast. And each year they take literally tens of thousands of yellowfin tuna and probably thousands of striped and blue marlin, short-billed spearfish, and the odd sailfish. There are dozens of yellowfin tuna skeletons all along each of these freezer trays here. This is the ship's long line winding gear. And this is the winding machine here, foot pedal controlled. The fishing master would sit up there in his cabin. He takes over from the master of the vessel during all fishing operations. He drives the ship literally right along the 50-mile long line. And in this area here, there'll be anything up to a dozen people working, a very busy part of the ship when these ships are in operation.
This longline operation goes on almost round the clock until the boat's 350-ton capacity freezers are full. The boat is idle for only 4 hours a day, while the 50-mile line with its 2,000 hooks lies set and baited for the highly prized yellowfin tuna, a luxury food that sells in Japan for $35 a pound. It costs the Japanese companies $26,000 a day to run each sophisticated vessel, but with each longliner's cargo ultimately worth $24.5 million, it's easy to see why they come. Back on our mothership, it was time to make plans for the rest of the trip.
What about this tournament then?
Was there some sort of a competition?
Yeah, challenge, I think. A competition?
Uh-oh.
A challenge, what?
Are you listening to this?
What's the first prize?
I think we should have a penalty for the loser.
Mowing my lawn, how's that?
How high is it? That's the question. You probably haven't been home for 3 weeks.
We found a dead paperboy in there the other day.
In the past, Tomo and Wood have done some terrible things.
Well, some people have accused of that sort of thing.
I'll keep an eye on them.
Excuse me, Malcolm, who's going to check you two guys out?
Well, we're above reproach, me and Roy.
Oh, I am. We're above reproach. I like that.
We're going to have some sort of a sliding scale here because there are 3 of you.
We take a point of fish, and divide by the number of anglers.
1 point per fish.
Yeah.
No holes barred?
Any tackle.
As long as it's okay with the Fox, it's okay with us.
We make the skippers responsible for each team, then the penalty can be exacted on the skipper. Tomo's going to be the skipper of your team, right? He's the bloke that's running the boat.
Yeah, all right. I agree to that.
He's the skipper of our boat.
Roy's skippering our boat.
I think Mal should be the skipper, don't you?
in rowing circles, when anybody won a race, the winning cocks got thrown in by his crew. So how we make a losing skipper gets 1, 2, 3 into the drink of the Sea Baby.
Very reasonable.
1 point, 1 fish. Fox is the judge. No prizes, just the penalty. We start 6:30.
Once the Rafferty's rules had been sorted, the race for the first tuna school was on. Hardly had we started fishing when Sea Baby hooked up, 4 at a time.
All right. Come on, stop being skeptical.
Oh, no! It won't stop!
Fox has got a big one on.
No!
Just about emptied the spool.
I know! Oh, phew, I made it! Steady, steady. I was almost freeze-fall then, Frank.
I can do without this rod and a crutch.
Oh, wind! Off again!
Hey, where's the captain? I wonder how the other fellas are doing. Here we go, he's the first release.
Got the jump on the other fellas. Got the first bite out of the school. Next guy goes here. He won't bite so readily.
I see they're still trolling, so they haven't got it yet.
Right.
Nudge your head a bit, Frank. I'll get it.
Gone!
That is a nice fish. He's a good fish. We should have made that the limit 50 pounds. We'd have taken this fella. It's a nice yellowfin. See if you can hook the lure up, Frank.
I think so. I think another one came across the line.
Going down into the murky depths. Speeding up.
We fellas in the other boat were doing okay so far.
Oh, about them. Now. Around, Mal. Hard round.
Roy had hooked himself a big dog-toothed tuna.
Here's your belt, mate. That's more question. Okay. You're way over the 40 fathom mark here, right off the end of the depth finder, mate, so must be plenty of water down there. At least he hasn't hung you up in the coral. I can see the tail beating.
And down, down, down.
The worst that can happen is we get out in this 200 fathom country and you just run out of line.
Yeah, I got plenty of line. Like a shark just gone on his tail. Really scraping it off now.
What do you reckon he is, mate?
A dog tooth.
Big dog.
Gone?
Did you lose him, mate?
Yep.
Sharks might have caught up with him.
The fox is in trouble.
I think somebody's eating him anyway.
You've only got 450 yards of line on there.
On Sea Baby, they were going from strength to strength.
The fox reckons it's a shark. Something's eating him.
Something ate it. Eating it or ate it or something.
What, if it's a shark, it'll be over 100 pounds in the boat.
I'll get the flying gaff out. Here we go.
Yeah, come on.
Give us a shot at him. Give us a shot at him. Tomo reckons if it's a shark, he'd be more than 100 pounds. So we better put him in the boat.
At this stage, the Sea Baby mob were pretty confident, but they weren't having it all their own way.
What do you reckon, George? Looks like it's gone.
Oh, looks like it tangled up the leader wire.
Oh, here we are.
Broke the leader wire.
Yeah, he's been tangled up in the wire and busted the wire.
Yeah, 4.
Oh, well, go back and catch another one. At least we're still one ahead of them.
Right. Try again.
What do you reckon, Mal?
Oh, red bass, trevally, barracuda, something off the very edge of that green patch. Tell you what, he's not a 50 or 100 pound yellowfin.
He's not, eh? He might be a 100 pound shark in a minute. Looks like a reef valley, eh?
Yeah. It's a pretty colour, whatever he is.
Yeah.
Might put us a few points ahead of that sea baby mob. Little shark right on his tail. Look. Oh, look at the colours. Whew. Every trevally out here seems to be coloured like that.
And as the day progressed, we started to catch up.
No, I'm just getting the scat out before the sharks grab it. Okay. Did you say you saw some yellowfin in that school of
Yeah.
oceanics?
Definitely.
Beautiful. Yeah, a little stripy.
Beautiful size, bait size.
Right, 2 more points to us, mate.
Yes, have a couple.
Our off-the-cuff competition was, of course, purely for the fun of it. But it's amazing how hard fishermen will work when a challenge has been issued.
Right.
Mind the swivel. Yeah, we're running out of lures. Want to break the wire, George?
Yeah, kicked it. Fouled and swiveled. Kicked the wire.
There goes our best 2 lures.
Believe it. Well, that yelled the same, broken wire.
Right.
Ah, dear.
Oh, darn it.
Some even go so far as to change the rules as they go.
Are we going to lose points if we put him in the boat, Deke? Hey, Judge.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you're the judge. You're going to know.
Oh, I suppose to know. No. Gotta keep one to eat.
We've got to keep one to eat and we don't lose points.
Oh, very nice.
He's about the right size to eat anyhow.
Yes, he is. He's a beautiful one.
Yeah, that's the spot, Roy. You got 18 fathoms under the boat. And
Roy and I decided to do some jigging, but it didn't go quite as we planned.
well, you got about 26, 27 fathoms there right now, Roy.
Long way down.
Right.
Oh, look at him bite. Oi.
Bit of power in him too, I tell you.
He's a good-looking fish. In the coral, mate.
Don't know what they are, mate, but they're doing us over like dinners. Oh, yes, sir. Whatever's down there, I got one.
On you.
Christ.
Who's got who there, by the sound of it?
Geez, they're good fish, mate. I got a lot of hurt. Ah, busted up.
You
No
can't stop
good.
them.
We're not
Can't
going to win
stop
any
them.
competition like this, I tell you.
Can't stop them on 50-pound line, you got problems. Fancy that, a red bass.
I tell you what I had was no red bass, matey.
Back on the troll, Sea Baby was into the dolphin fish.
You'll go around the other side. Oh, they'll come
fish
round.
is right up the bow.
Yeah, they'll come around the back here. They'll get it out the back.
I'll get it.
By now, we figured Sea Baby just ahead on points, but we weren't